Welcome back to Wavelength, bringing the best sounds and stories from the Asian region with me, Off Ting. Joining me on the show right now, I have rapper and producer Confucius. He raps 47500. He dropped his long-awaited mixtape, I'm Okay. Not too long. Oh, this interview is going to be, yeah, dropped already. Yeah, correct. He just dropped his long-awaited mixtape, I'm Okay, not too long ago. 11 tracks to keep you company while you're stuck at home. What's up, man?
Oh, all is okay. I'm okay.
You're okay?
That's the slogan. I'm okay.
And you're not
I'm
alone.
okay
You're not alone. You brought your day ones along with you. Can you help
as usual.
introduce? Can you help to introduce them on the show?
Yes, of course myself, Confucius, and co-founder Mr. Ikhlas Mansoor. He's the
Yeah, what's up?
designer visual. Yeah, and Sharvesh, aka K
Hendrik.
dot rap,
What's
Kendrick
up?
dot
What's
rap.
up?
Kendrick that does rap. Also more visual coordinator, visual artist, more heading that way.
And I gotta say, this exact lineup, we were all in the studio back in 2017. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah. We were
Full
all
circle.
back. Yeah. Full circle.
How you guys
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Semua okay?
I'm
Good, bro.
okay.
Good,
Uh,
bro.
we okay. I'm okay. Macam tu lah. Like
As
I'm okay
okay as can be.
represents us very much.
Still in school, still grinding. You know, things have gotten better, definitely.
Well,
So,
well. Sharv is doing his masters. That is one thing. And me and Iklas are doing our degree. Because well, since MCO there are no gigs, nothing. We took the opportunity to educate ourselves and get a degree.
And
And
you know
yeah,
what they say, right?
we're almost
Knowledge is
through.
power.
Yeah, I mean like a degree is better than I mean like with all the free time, no gigs, nothing.
Right. Well, big congrats on finally dropping that mixtape, man. Many years in the making with lots of derailed plans, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
5 renditions.
five renditions, and the initial drop date was supposed to be July 1st. Of course, that had to be pushed back. Um, yeah, I'm sure it would have been easier to just give up on this whole thing and put out a shorter EP because this has been in the work since 2017, right? In fact, we
Correct.
spoke about this exact I'm Okay projects in our 2017 interview, and you played a few tracks from I'm Okay back in 2017.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I did.
why take the road less traveled? Why go through all the hassle and finally put it out?
Um, because I feel like after all the renditions of I'm okay. The concept of I'm okay has always been like in the previous interview I mentioned like pouring my emotions like directly into the project and being like very almost like transparent and like with my emotions and through looking on the internet and like through my friends as well, I saw that people related to the context that I was that I'm okay was current is currently this rendition is currently based on, and the whole concept and story. And I feel like every song is meant for somebody in the world, and yeah, that's why now, and especially in this climate, the sound that I'm half of the project, which is brighter, like is meant to be, you know, meant to help make you feel more okay.
Hmm.
In well, in simple terms.
If the pandemic didn't happen, let's just say if it didn't happen, do you think you would still have released this mixtape?
Yes, but probably a different maybe the rendition that you heard, maybe the other renditions are like that are um they're not sequenced this way. That are not like the chords are not this way. The beats are not sequenced that way. Like this is because this project is a one listen. This project is it's turbulent, it's it's chaotic, just like the world that we're currently living in.
Mm-mm.
So in a perfect world that the MCO didn't exist, I'm okay with most likely still be released, but it wouldn't be this. I'm okay. It would be more it would be depending on the climate.
Mm. 4 years plus in the making. That's a long time to sit on something and really and I'm sure you listen to it constantly all the time, like every single track. So it must be pretty tempting to switch things up and do a whole Kanye West Wolves where there's multiple versions and all that.
Uh, yeah, I do have multiple versions of multiple songs. Yes, correct.
How do you know
Uh,
which is the when is it done, and that's okay.
when I sequence my mixtape, the whole reason I call it a mixtape and not an album is because uh it sure it was created in the mindset of an album in terms of like how cohesive the storyline and context is, but um well, for me an album would be more precise, and it would be dissected more deeply in terms of sound, sonics, context. It would be like much, much more cohesive and much, much more,
Mm-mm,
deeper, and everything would be emphasized more clearly.
mm.
And the rollout would be, so sorry, your essential question was?
uh Dude, I so forgot.
Did I stray from your question?
I think I was asking dude, I so forgot though.
I
uh
think
I,
I think it was the Wolves Kanye West thing.
yeah,
Like
yeah, because
many different renditions.
how
Yeah.
do you know when that version, like version number 8, is the one it's okay, because you got 4 years, you've worked on it for 4 years, right? So there's so much
Yeah,
time for
with
you
like
to,
more than 60 plus loose tracks
yeah,
and
there's more than
yeah.
enough time for you to like go through the mix, like final mix 1, final mix 4, final mix 6.
Yeah, so which how I decide is the climate. To be honest, the timing of my drop is not coincidental. Like, okay, the delay from July 1st to July 13th was, to be 100% honest, was because I was rushing for July 1st because that was when EMCO was supposed to end. Sorry, the previous MCO was supposed to end, and I wanted the world to hear it in this climate. Otherwise it would serve no purpose. It would serve, like, I mean, I wouldn't say it wouldn't serve any purpose, but like the message that I want to deliver would only be half delivered,
Mm-mm.
like, which
Yeah.
is the intent to help, you know give you someone to relate to, or give you songs to help make you feel better,
Mm-mm.
or things like that.
Yeah, it's most effective in this climate, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I really picked the mixes. How I picked the renditions of the songs. How I picked, even how I selected the songs, and how I re-recorded certain songs with, a totally different tone.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, like, I told you, there was 50 plus tracks that I selected from, but every track had probably more than 40 versions.
Damn.
Yeah, 30, 40 versions. Yeah.
For Sharf and Ikhlas, you guys have been involved in this project for so many years, right? How's
Yeah.
the vibe like? How are you guys feeling that this project is finally out?
Relief, man. Relief more than anything, because we've seen the potential since 2017, and we a lot of the tracks that didn't make it in this version we still love, and we will probably use it maybe in a different EP or something like that. So we've always, like, you know what, the 2017 one was so good, why didn't you release it? And then the 2018 one, or the 2019 one, and now that it's finally coming out at a time that is very, needed, much needed in the world. So yeah, I think it's great, and we're really happy.
I'll be honest, like I heard most of the tracks like a couple weeks ago. I was forced by the boys, like
They tied you up to a chair and
yeah, like
headphones
just a
to you.
couple weeks ago they were like calling me and they were like, yo dude, you gotta listen to the full album now, like on FaceTime. We want to see your
No
reaction
skips.
right now. No
No
skips. I
skips.
was forced to sit through for 50 minutes, like just have a full listen of the album and like yeah.
So Layana. Yeah. Now,
Had to. Because
beside. Oh yeah.
because here's what it sorry sorry to break you off, because here's what it is, right? Like for me, like this project has been ongoing like 4+ years, and uh they've always been involved. So like the fact that like the first people that will ever check me will always be them. Like will always be like, if it past them, then I'm like, fuck the world, who cares? Like I don't care. I really could care less about what the rest of the world would think about the project, as long as these day ones of mine, they think it's dope and it's appropriate and it's and they we've been doing this for 5 years. Like it's not me that have just grown polished in ears and in design or whatever in rollout. They have too.
Mhm.
You see. So yeah.
So this mixtape, I'm Okay, has 11 tracks. Which is the latest, current, most recently, the one that you
Recorded
recently recorded?
most recently okay, most recently recorded or most recently uh completed.
Ooh, let's go for recently completed.
Okay, most recently completed would be track 11, track which is would you mind.
Would you say that that track was written with the ending in mind? When you wrote that song and then you knew, oh, okay, that's the track that I want to end the mixtape with.
Yeah, because that track is actually the 20th somethingth rendition, because it was at first meant as a single. The version before that was more like a radio edit, and then I went back to it and completed it in that sense, like with an ending in mind, because
Mm,
it's right after Soft Spot, which Soft Spot is really like the soft spot story is starts to be about a girl having a soft spot for a girl, and having no restrictions to whatever you um want to or have to do. No restriction on what you have to do, that's the correct term. No restriction on what you ever have to do for that girl to make her happy, or to make her feel good, or give her whatever, be able to provide her with whatever she wants. And
mm,
then would you mind closes with would you mind if I behave this way? Would you mind if I behave that way? Would you mind if you come home with me and be introduced to my parents? Da da da. So yeah, so the way the stories are like one track. Like
mm,
actually, like the even before Soft Spot, thing I said that was about friendship. It's really about like the internal argument between me and Betty Doo, and also um uh also with other people. Like it can be applied in other, but specifically that song was based on like the arguments between us, because we did it was MCO was a difficult time, and not being to physically be around each other after so many years, hanging out almost every day.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Amen.
it created like this like tension over time, especially when MCO2 happened, like when you get started being able to hang out again, and then not being able to, and then like that's when all the tensions started to come, and then that song was literally, if you listen to it, it literally sounds like a recording of someone fighting with another person. Like the language has no like holding back, like the cursing, yeah, it sounds more like a spoken word track
Hmm.
than a
But
rap track. Yeah, in the first verse. Yeah.
but at the same time, right, for fans that have just started following you when you put out tracks like We the Mob or All the Smoke, I would think that this is something that they wouldn't expect to hear from you, because you toned down the flexing and you turned up the honesty.
Yep. But if you followed me since outside, which you've heard before, right? Uh, outside many years ago, the EP with Faris, which was the SoundCloud times, the times when I was doing that I was this approach was always me.
Yeah.
Like, see, for in my head, like Joe and Confucius are different entities. Like when I make music as Joe, I feel like the writing, composing is like has a different style, and
Mm.
when I'm writing and composing as Confucius, which is like All the Smoke, like With the Mob, Home Run, which is the most recent release, like Takeover. Uh, they're both me, but just different, like totally different size. I wouldn't say it's a costume,
Mm-mm.
because in, the honesty in rapping my hood is like anything, I always keep honest, that is the last interview, same thing I mentioned, is like in my music the honesty will always be there, like explicit or not, appropriate to hear or not, like it's always gonna be there. So it's unchanging, like even when I made you too, right? Like, was it appropriate to really like diss Najib for raising secret prices? Like, like
Yeah.
no, but yeah, like, but we still did it anyway because I feel like hip hop, or I feel like the point of hip hop is the freedom of being able to express, like NWA and all that, people I look up to, Tupac and Pac, and these are like influences that are still strongly, like, the spirit that are still strongly influencing me,
Mm-mm.
make me feel like music is a safe space for me to do so. Like, if not, then what for,
Mm. Yeah.
like people might think it's flexing. You see, like the thing is, like, it's funny because I did all this. People need to remember that I did all the Smoke and We the Mob when nobody was making trap. Like maybe like trap, like yang macam KRZ punya trap, and like, but nobody was really talking about moving bricks and stuff like that, like explicit, like super macam might be inappropriate at times, like the addressing the police brutality things in with the mob, like police abuse things, like see, nobody was doing those things back then, and people might mistake my approach to Home Run and Takeover as like cloud or flex or whatever, but it's my honesty.
Mm.
Still, the sound, sonically, the lyrics is still out of honesty.
Mm.
Like always, it will always be my approach. Like otherwise, like
What's
what's
the
the point?
point if it doesn't come from an honest place, right?
Yeah, I feel like especially in the current soundscape in Malaysia, like with the industry plants and shit, like people like flex, like, and make trap music, like when like it's a trend, like
Mm.
it's a popping sound. I
Mm.
get it, I understand it. I understand that it's marketable and shit, but do not put me in that bracket. You know what I mean? Because I did it when I made if you follow my discography before all the smoke, but you too wasn't like super trap. You know what I mean? Like Day One Love was a super trap. Like like, but it went more trap because my experiences and my adulthood became more difficult, and my circumstances were demanding of so for the more aggressive and like the pent up, like the oh shit, I'm growing up, like struggling with growing up, like that is all expressed through sonics, and why the voice, like my voice went from more singy to more rappy,
Hmm.
and then that is the evolution. It's really just adulthood,
Hmm.
and like adjusting to it.
Well said, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
moving a bit into the arrangement of your tracks, right? Because it sounds like you really put a lot of attention into the arrangement of the track list, and it's meant to be enjoyed in full, right, with no skips. And I'm
No
just gonna
skip.
make a wild guess here and tell in and let you tell me if there's any truth to this, right? But I might be totally wrong. But I'm gonna say that it's divided into three parts, and the first part is kind of like a nod to Mac, your previous group, of course, where it's guitars, R&B, and I'm going to say that the second part is more, it's more 808 heavy, and then the last part is kind of like a mixture of the two and a bit looking into the future. How wrong,
Correct.
how right am I?
You are quite spot on. You're quite spot on. You're quite spot on actually. Okay, so essentially, a nod and an homage is the first three tracks because they were definitely involved with the production, with the first three songs, and then the second half from Fault onwards, Fault Please, like the 808 heavy was really it was part. Okay, it's your dissection is correct, but there's also another reason. um the other reason being the first three songs, right? First one explains the reason I'm doing this, and second song is like if you go by the track by track analysis, like the second song, I'm still hopeful, right? Come on, sunshine, I'm still hopeful. We're all still hopeful. Oh yeah, MCU is gonna live. Case zero, okay, things are going back to normal. And then boom, MCO2.
Hmm.
Shit, shit is getting real. Things are never getting better. And then fault, you start when you're in the mind state of things are never getting better, you get paranoid, and then you're like, are things that are happening around me my fault? And then you go into please, and where you're like, oh, since it's my fault, like I'm so helpless.
Hmm.
Like, would anybody out there be able to help me? And then the interlude, which is ironically named Overdosing on Tolliver, is the peak of substance abuse. Like, because the substance abuse starts around Never Getting Better, Fall Please, right? And then the interlude is the peak of substance abuse, right?
Hmm.
And then even the sonics, like it's like chaotic and like it's like heavy and chaotic. It's like all over the place.
Messy.
The
Yeah.
Yeah, messy, and then like it's like yeah, it's like pecah lah, like rabak, like yeah. But then New Subang Flow suddenly clean vocals,
Yeah.
boom, which is sonically you're right. Like what would and could be going onwards. Like lyrically, I'm like back to like lyrical, and like and the sound is clean, and the song starts with someone. F Rider is actually in real life, he's a very close friend of mine, and he's a big reason why I came out of that depression, that oh shit, it's all my like things are never getting better, that kind of mindset, like oh, it's all fucked up. He gave me a slap in the face and he was like, yo, put it in the music,
Hmm.
you know. So the
Shout
sound
out
goes
Carl.
back
Shout
to
out
like
Carl.
shout out Carl one time. He's like, that's why the song starts with him, like, and in the interlude it ends with ah, and then in New Subang Flow it starts with shoot you down. So he's like ah, shoot you down with
Hmm.
bow and arrow I would never miss. It's like a slap in the face. Like, look, things might not get better, but you gotta like the music, you know. And then so I started expressing my, even though New Subang Flow is about my disappointment in my friendships and my relationships, and I expected more from my friends and stuff. But it was very I feel like it was very clear that my mind state was way more clearer. Like it cleaned me up, like just by Friday coming in and slapped me in the face. And then Dash would be me getting depressed after being conscious of the state of my friendship, being kind of depressed on like the reality of my current shallow friendships.
Mm.
And Tengah Sedap goes back into it goes back into like uh slightly giving up and be like blase, like fuck it, my friends are all like that anyway, like, and then you just substance abuse anyway, and who cares, right? And then someone disrespects you, and then the altercation happens. But then, if you've heard the whole thing in entirety, there's an outro and there's a consensus. Sedap literally is a whole story. There's literally a start, a middle, and an end. And an interesting fact about Tengah Sedap, uh, uh, the song is also an homage to the feature who is Adam Imanullah, who made Wait on Clumsy Gang's mixtape using the same beat. So it was an homage to his song, like it is like double thing, like, and then we kind of like linked up for it. Shout out Adam Imanullah one
Yeah.
time for making it happen. So
Budak Bukit Jalil.
yeah, he basically speaks on behalf of Bedidu, and like basically um argues back with me, right? And then at the end of the song, the outro is the consensus of the argument.
Mm.
And then Soft Spot was written both for a girl and for my friends. Like it could be although the hook was like uh in the verse it was referring to a girl, but like really for me, like my lyrics, when I was writing my lyrics, it was aimed both at my friends and my girls, and my girl, and so that's how the storyline goes.
Mm.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, and
So
that's why there's a lot of emphasis on not skipping a single track, right? Because even though
exactly.
individually those track I'm sure can stand on its own, but when you put it all together in the context of the other tracks, it becomes a whole movie.
Yep,
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, listening to the track right from start to finish, in my head, I imagine this thing where in the start it seems like a thunderstorm is coming, and then towards the middle of the track it's like it's the thunderstorm, but towards the end it feels like the cloudy the dark clouds are going away and the sun is coming out soon. That's what I
Yep,
felt.
that's exactly what I wanted to give the listeners. Like I wanted to give the listeners like the consensus is, hey, look, like I know things have been turbulent, I know things have been chaotic, especially through my own experiences, especially showing you that through my own experiences, I understand you, I get you, but things are things are gonna clear up. Things will be better. Like have hope. Especially in the climate of the suicide rates in Selangor has never been higher. I feel like I hope this project reaches some of these people even like considering it, and I want them to know that they're not alone at all if they're thinking of self-sabotage and self-harm, or all these, like, reach out to your friends, or these kind of things. Do There are a lot of like platforms that provide support that you can reach out to, and um, things things are never permanent. Like this is never permanent. Although it might feel like so, like just like I said, like in track two, like I felt like it was never getting better. It does. Historically, look back historically, like we survived the damn plague. You understand? Like we survived damn plague, we survived SARS, we survived many more things.
It'll be
So
okay.
yeah, it'll be okay. Just like
Hang in there.
I just yeah yeah it's kind of like in the project it's kind of like I've been there and I know what it's like, and if you need anything, I'm okay is here, like for you,
Hmm.
you know. So yeah, that's again like going back to why I decided to drop like now, and why the versions of the songs I selected are like are selected now. Yeah.
I see. Um, how important was it for you to handle the mixing and mastering yourself? Because it's a mammoth task, right? That not all producers would want to do.
It was okay, so it was very important. It was extraordinarily important that I mixed and mastered myself, because um, I have experienced working with industry people. Like with Takeover and Home Run, it was mixed and mastered by different people. All right, it was mixed by me, but it was ultimately mastered by other people, and they're not as important because the message was more so of like the vibe, whatever the visuals, the music videos. But for I'm okay, the emphasis is on the story, the context. I need you to hear what I'm saying. I need you to hear when I sigh. I need you to hear when I sob. I need you to hear when I breathe and I inhale, like I when I intentionally leave like my breath there. Like I need you to hear when like I sound like I'm helpless. You know, all this breathing breath. Like other producers would just clean that up, like right,
Yeah.
I mean, like even for you as a radio DJ, you would clean that shit up, correct? Like you would be like deep breath, the sir. But like I need the listeners to hear all these it was the same approach for the Mac EP last time. Like people often ask me like, why, like you could have like make it more like polished. I'm like, no, like what for? It's like I said, like the honesty and the real fact is that we have limited resources, and we're not professionals. Like we're home-based artists, like indie, not signed, no budget, nothing, like, you know what I mean. So that is part of the truth of the project. And but for I'm okay, like I could have had other people mix and mastered, but like 95% of the time, 99% of the time, 95% of the time I mix before master, before sending out for master. And that is in a very, very rare case, like for very industry songs
Mm.
that I will be putting out after, like when MCO lives. But we'll talk about that a bit later, the future releases. So of Yes Sir. So I don't know if I can disclose that actually. So
We will leave that to the
yeah.
next
So
interview.
sorry.
We'll leave that that detail that you can't disclose to for our next interview.
Yeah, for our next interview. So Yes Sir, there will be, so I would like to focus on my project, which is I'm okay currently, but the tracks that because originally I was supposed to finish rolling out Yes Sir in March, right? But then the MCO started, and then there was no way, there was no way, like that sound, that sonic, that loud in your face. I just feel like as an artist, and like even within my friends, we were like, you don't want to listen to this. Like you're at home, you're in your hoodie, you like you you like you want someone screaming in your headphones like, "Cønfucius, I'm in the city 475." Like really, like you're not in your car,
I mean, it,
you're not anywhere.
it depends on what kind of day you had. If you went
What kind
just
of
went
what?
to a depends on what kind of day you had, right? If you went through a roadblock and you didn't really enjoy it, and then
maybe, but we just felt like that the Sonic was was not like, because it's like very industry, like
yeah,
even take over a home run. Would you say is industry? It's quite industry, right?
yeah.
Like the Malaysian hustler like demographic,
But for
the
the songs
masses.
on the Yes Sir EP, has it gone through the vibe check, quality check through Sharf and Ikhlas? Have they approved of it yet?
You
Yeah,
guys,
for sure. For sure, for sure.
Ikhlas?
Yeah.
You guys are not forced to say yes or no. You know, you guys can be honest, right?
No.
yeah.
No,
So actually, they
we're
prefer.
honest, and we're honest when when we're making the music. So
Yeah,
the first listen, we're honest, like, yo man, you gotta fix this up, you gotta fix that up. But after that, we're good. Good.
Yeah.
yeah. But basically, they all understand that. I mean, to be honest, for us, like, we much prefer back when we were free to express,
Mm.
and without constrictions of like imagination of like, um, oh, whether this will fit this demographic or not, because I'm at that stage of my career where I have to consider this. If I wanna like have a long run, and like, because there's like I told you earlier, like the Joe and Confucius part, right? Like in my head, in the soon future will fuse, like meaning the I'm okay approach, the Yester approach, after these two projects are rolled out, or the both these approaches will fuse in my next project, like which is where you said earlier, like when you're listening to the last part of the mixtape, you can hear me starting to like fuse these two, right?
Yeah.
Like you can start to hear both like fusing these two. Yeah. So but because Yes Sir was completed in January, the sound is still quite far from being fused, because this mixtape was supposed to be out after Yes Sir,
Mm.
but then MCO happened, and then the Sonics didn't fit,
Mm.
so we decided to drop I'm okay first, and then continue with the Yes Sir rollout, which people will be excited, because there's songs for everybody. There's a song exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm not here for. I think it's apparent that I'm not here for like a one hit, like yeah, I'm here for good. But like to make sure that it's so, I have to make sure that there's certain like checks coming in
Yeah, man, for
for
sure.
certain things.
Hey,
Yeah.
so last but not least, we've already enjoyed the music video for Please. Um,
Yeah.
maybe before Yes Sir is finally out, will we be seeing more music videos from I'm Okay?
Yes. Actually, we have visualizers for every single song, and when I say visualizer, in your head, it might be like it
The
might
Spotify GIF in the background, that kind of thing.
yeah, but it's a bit more deeper. It's a bit more contextual. It's gonna be the same approach. Like it will convey the emotion of every single song. Like for every song, the visualizer will help convey the the emotion that I was trying to convey. And the plan is to, once everything is ready, to drop two like every one visualizer every couple of days after release on Spotify.
Hmm.
So every couple of days there will be one visualizer drop, like, and at the end of the visualizer drop, meaning on the 11th song, everything will be compiled and edited into a music video in combination.
Um,
Yeah, and not just like compiled, it will be a music video. So essentially we're splitting a music video into 11,
a short
You understand
film
what I mean?
type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that is the idea, because I feel like the visualizer game is like kind of whack. Like it's just like like a rotation of
Minimum amount of effort, kind of.
effort, and then like it doesn't like it
Doesn't do
like
much.
visualizes used to convey like emotions. Like if you come from the MTV times and like, or like those times, like, you know, like
Yeah.
the visualizers convey the emotion, like the songs, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember watching 50 Cent's visualizers, like
Which track?
you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
You guys
facts,
remember that
like
hits
big
channel,
facts,
the
like
hits
they
channel look?
convey.
One
Yeah.
hits.tv, is it?
Yeah, hits.tv. Yeah, that was the shit. The visualizers on that, the 50 Cent music videos, the Snoop Dogg music videos. Yeah,
Hmm.
So when can we
glory days.
when can we expect for that to roll out?
The visualizers,
Yeah.
it will start dropping after the song is on all platforms. So it will it is a form to further convey my my stories. If you haven't already understood the context, the visualizers will help.
Mm.
And then we're also planning a track by track commentary with online radio show. But we'll disclose it. I'll disclose when it's ready. Uh, yeah, so we will have like another track by track analysis type at the after the whole visualizer and run and the music video run. If you still don't get it, there will be a track by track commentary literally. So yeah,
Sounds good, man. Hey,
yeah.
big congrats once again for finally dropping this album. It's been many years in the making. And yeah, hopefully for the next project, I don't have to wait another 4 years before I speak to you.
Yeah, you won't have to. The plan is the well, if the MCO lasts for the next for the rest of the year, uh, I'm not okay. Might be. I mean, like it's serious.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, not a part two, but a further
Continuation of the
uh,
storyline.
yeah,
All
like
the
because
tracks that didn't make the cut,
yeah, based on the tracks
all
that
the,
didn't
the
make the
yeah.
cut, and then yeah,
Cool.
and yeah.
Yeah,
So
man.
if that's if the MCO doesn't live lah. If the MCO lives, we'll go back to the regular programming of the industry.
Well,
Uh,
here's hoping for the best. And yeah, man. Yeah, looking forward for that visualizer and the next few things that you'll be putting out, man.
yeah. Thank you so much for having us,
No,
man.
thank you so much for